Hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just shuffling up and whatnot right now, just getting ready to do your June 2019 tarot readings. For those that are new, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. For those that are returning, thank you. It is the 1-year anniversary for the channel. So I really want to thank you guys. 40,000 subscribers in the first year. That's not half bad. The 40,000 of you absolutely completely changed my life. So I thank you. Connecting with you is profound. Reading for you is an honor. And yeah, thank you so much. Here's to another year. Cheers. And let's see where we can really go with this. For all that have booked personal readings with me, thank you so much. Like I said, reading for you is an honor, and if you do want to book with me, that information is below. You just email me at queencuptarot@gmail.com. For all that have already booked ordered frankincense from me, that it just has me so emotional and overwhelmed and grateful because this is a passion that I was really channeled to do. Like I this was not something I thought of, well, yeah, I'm going to get into this. I always had a personal, love for frankincense, and to be able to, make these kits and get them in people's homes and get people smudging and using such a beautiful ancient tool that used to be more valuable than gold is really an honor within itself there too, right? So yes, thank you. I'm almost sold out. I only have a few more jars left. So if you want to pre-order, you can do that. Just email me. That's below as well. And if I do have any jars left, I will let you know, and I'll, send you the PayPal invoice and ship it out to you. Otherwise, I'll let you know that you're in queue. And I'm just waiting to get my order of frankincense in, my next shipment. Okay. All right, guys. Was there anything else? Oh yeah, my mom's run. For everybody who donated to that, thank you so much. She's already surpassed the 5K. She's training like an animal for that. My mom's just already very athletic and super just driven. And but yeah, this kind of training is intense even for her. So it was a bit emotional to see everybody hashtag the Angel Gang and donate. And I just thank you guys. Okay. All right, let's go into prayer. Please timestamp the reading, and for those that always do, thank you, especially for doing it prior to the prayer. It means a lot. And yeah, guys, I think I'm ready to get into prayer, and let's go here. Can you hear the frankincense cracking? Love this stuff. Very, very powerful. All right, guys. Oh, okay. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, thank you for connecting me with the collective of Aries. Please allow me to communicate to them the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels, for everything you do for me, for the collective. We are nothing without your healing energy, your love, your support, your protection, your guidance. Thank you. Amen. All right, guys. Guys, I want you guys to talk in the comments a little bit about how the past week or two has affected you. And the reason why I ask is because I've had a lot of people reaching out to me heavily impacted by the last full moon, which isn't surprising because it's Scorpio, right? It's the death card. But there's people that literally were going through that transformation and feeling like they were losing their goddamn minds. And it is good because that mind had to be lost. And a lot of people really struggled with that process. So I just want you guys to let me know if you did and how you're feeling now, and if you're feeling a shift in the energy. and what that looked like for you, what the purging looked like for you, because it did look different for everyone. A lot of people were transforming, but the way it was playing out in the 3D was very different. You know, maybe the fifth dimensional feelings and exposure and thoughts and spiritual attack was the same, but how it played out, how it came out of you, and how you were dealing with it was all different. So just curious, guys, and I hope you guys are all doing well. All right, and know that you guys are, you know, spiritual warriors. You know, transformation, ascension, it's not for the faint of heart. That's why a lot of the people around you don't want to do it. So yeah, love yourself, even if nobody else around you does. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go back one more time here. My Aries. This is for June 2019. This is the Venetian Tarot deck by Eugene Vaninsky. You guys have seen me use his Kabbalah deck, and I just got the Venetian one. It's absolutely stunning and beautiful, and I love it. Okay. All right, your overall energy, guys, for June is the Seven of Cups. Somebody else had this. You guys see, I shuffle well, and I actually did this video twice and didn't finish it because of interruptions. So it's well shuffled. But the 7, I forget who had it. Shit, I'm sorry, guys. I'm horrible with that. It's the pot. But 7 of Cups is either the extreme confusion you guys are going through because you're in mid-transformation or approaching it and you're not understanding fully what's happening. Some of you might be fighting it, and because of that, it's causing confusion and disillusion and a bit of anxiety. Or this could just be bombarded with options. There's a lot of options that could be emotionally fulfilling, and you're kind of taking inventory of what is going to be most fulfilling, okay? First card out of your spread is the 6 of Cups. One of these cups is one offered by a soulmate, possibly. Interesting. 6 of Cups, though, could be the returning of somebody from the past. It could be nostalgia. It could be just, you know, a past life connection. You know what I mean? That feeling of feeling like you've known someone forever. And it's pretty cool. I like how a lot of tarot decks depict, you know, the cards like the soulmates and the lovers and stuff. It's always like either meeting at a bench or at a well, or, you know, like it's just this meeting, you know. All right, let's keep going, though. We've got the 4 of Pentacles. Some of you are not sure. Some of you might have multiple options. Some of you might not have multiple options, but are just feeling this emotional instability and confusion because you might be triggered by a deep emotional connection. But in the 3D, you're kind of holding back, maybe being in a bit denial. Like this bird, it can't see. It can't go anywhere either. There's a bit of restriction here, but there's a sense of comfort. As you can see, this is a very luxurious, domesticated bird. It's fed very well. It's taken care of. It's got a fucking crown on its head for, you know. But either way, it is... I'm sorry, I hear I'm trying to download. I'm like, what was that? And what was that? It's like everybody's landscaping. And I can't close the windows because I'm smudging. Sorry, guys. I hope you guys can hear me, and you should because I'm loud as fuck. Let's carry on, though. So 6 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. Oops, nope, other way. We'll look at the bottom of what's under the bottom of the deck. Ooh. Oh. We've got the 5 of Cups. We've got the 6 of Cups, and then we've got the 5 of Cups. The 6 comes first, then the 5. So it's almost like, for some of my Aries, they have somebody from the past returning. Maybe somebody who didn't really give much or receive your love very well or try to build or do anything with you. And they're returning back. It could be somebody who picked somebody else and walked away from you, or they could be holding, there could be a soulmate connection, and this person, if you know who this person is and you're not in communication, they could have a fear that you're with somebody else. And if they did come forward, the reason why they're kind of holding back here and kind of blinding themselves is out of fear that if they do look and they do open up, this is what they'll see. and then this is how they'll feel. For some of my Aries, this is you. You know, reflecting back, maybe saying, you know, some of my Aries are reflecting back on being rejected, you know, by a connection. And maybe this person is coming back. It could be earth energy, because I have earth and water. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Let's keep going. The fourth card out. Ooh, yeah. So this person, I'm getting for this group of Aries here that, well, so far in this message, this collective of Aries has somebody from the past coming back, or has come back, that cheated on them and hurt you. Or this, of course, the roles could be reversed, guys. It's collective, but this is very clear. Okay, and it's funny because it's almost like, it's not funny actually, because that would be pretty painful what I'm seeing here actually. Like, just look at this card. This person's face is even red. So this could be a fear or a fact. This could be something that already occurred, or this could be a fear that this would inherently happen if you were to open up in some kind of way. All right. Or this could, of course, be somebody else feeling this way about Aries. Now, in the middle of your spread, we have the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. So we do have Earth. We have everything but fire so far. But in the middle of your spread being Major Arcana, that's pretty strong energy. So some of my Aries have maybe, I'm getting, some of my Aries are just reflecting on this. Some of you realized in order for you to transform, you had to let go of a connection that was really deep that you reflected on, but you've been kind of holding back ever since due to what had happened, which didn't look so good. And I think for those of my Aries that have been alone for a long time, I think you might have realized that, or this full moon might have really brought you to your knees to realize that this was actually holding you back. You were staying in recluse out of fear for, you know, out of fear of this. Maybe not even out of fear of this happening again, just maybe out of fear of just that shame that this person has, like that feeling just never washed from you. And it was almost like you kept manifesting change and new beginnings, but you were holding on to this hurt, holding on or chained to this hurt. You know, it then became just a part of your reality, even though it may have happened in the past, whoever knows how long. You know, and then it was like something may have prompted Aries to really have to look at it to say, why can't I move past this? Let's see a little further though. So I see some of my Aries, a group of Aries being a little bit nostalgic, but over not good things that happened in the past, and realizing that you might be a bit stuck to them. Now the sixth card out is the Three of Wands. Maybe my Aries waited for this person. You know, maybe Aries waited for this person to come back better. You know what I mean? Or waited for this person to make amends, or maybe you were just waiting for new ships to come in. But the reason why new ships weren't coming in is because you were still tethered to the old vessels. Like, if you look, it's almost like there's a boat already docked, but there's a boat coming. It's like a decision, maybe, possibly, you know, to abandon the preparations you've made to maybe, you know, go for something that you've been more waiting for. I don't know, but there's this introspection energy. It's a lot more, it's almost like the chaos is kind of, it's the calm after the storm. You know what I mean? It's like you dealt with all the bullshit, the low frequency shit, and now you're just kind of reflecting on it, you know, and but on a deeper level, you're gaining wisdom from what you're reflecting on, instead of resentment and just playing it over. And you know, you're transmuting your pain into knowledge, which is power. So it's like, I think in that introspection, you might have started to make new plans, wish for a better tomorrow, let's see though, the seventh card out is the Queen of Cups. That's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy as well. A lot of water. You could be dealing with a water sign or feeling in your water energy, but this is just emotional energy here, and a lot of introspection. You know, I don't want to say thoughts, because really the only sword energy here is the Seven of Swords. So under this the Six of Cups, which is just reflecting over being hurt by people who loved you from the past. And it's not to, like, don't go back. It's like you went into this dark night of the soul and realized there was a certain level of torment that you were bringing on yourself, replaying the movie over and over. And it's almost like you decided to go get a new movie, or you're waiting for the delivery of a new movie to come, see more. Knight of Swords, that is Gemini, Aquarius, Libra energy. Wow. It almost looks like the same person. So I'll be honest, Aries, it looks like somebody from the past. It's funny because for some of my Aries, when you went into hermit mode, you energetically, because you went so deep, you energetically detached from somebody. That person felt it, and it's the person that did this to you. Okay? They felt you energetically detach. All right? And when you went into the hermit mode and started making preparations to move forward, you disconnected your loving, energetic energy. You pulled back your energy. This is very hard to do. You can cut people off in the 3D, but be so tethered to them in the 5. This is you energetically completely pulling back in your best interest. And then, funny enough, would you fancy that? Look who comes running back. Right? And look what he's got in his hand. The truth, the confession, So it's that's interesting. And then lastly, you've got the Two of Wands. Yeah, Aries, you might have to decide, especially if this is somebody that you've waited for, that you have a history with that isn't that great. And because in all fairness, this is like a soulmate connection, past life relationships. This is supposed to be a very like a kinship, right? But it did experience some really, it experienced some shit that negatively impacted and changed the dynamic of the relationship and caused Aries to have to pull back and go in hermit mode, which is what was divinely guided to do, especially if you are going to be presented with the opportunity to start again or go on a new path. So it's like you come out of hermit mode, dark night of the soul, and you decide, okay, I'm going to embark. I'm going to make plans. I'm going to make preparations for a new life. And you're going to wait for the universe to bring those ships in. Once you set that intention, this is a card of manifestation to me. It's card of preparations and waiting for your ships to come in. And that's almost like an oxymoron, but it's not, because manifestation is the exact same thing. You take preparations, you set intentions, you put it to God, and you let God do the rest. It's the same story. Like I told you, push. God will move the mountains. You just have to push. Pray until something happens. So, and that sounds so codependent, but there's a whole story. I'll put a link for it. I love it. Anyway. You make these plans, and it's almost like this person heard you in the 5D making those plans and was like, wait a minute, rushing in, and wants to rush in before you dock this boat without them. For some of you, this person from the past could have actually gotten word about you doing something, like they could have energetically felt it, or they could have actually heard about some kind of something that you did that was indicative of you separating or pulling back or not really caring or being as invested in this connection as you were before. And that really rocks them. Maybe also because the hermit is beside this person as well, this person who cheated. So maybe when you went into hermit mode, it prompted them to do the same. Because if this is truly a soulmate connection, you will mirror each other. And these hardships will then become growing opportunities instead of detrimental mistakes and damage to the relationship you can't fix. So it's like the growth. I mean, if both people do that, then both people will come out smarter after. No? So then it isn't so bad, right? Then it's just a mistake. If you learn from it, then it's not really a mistake. It's a lesson to learn something, an opportunity to grow. Anyway, let's get into clarification, guys. That's just the main lay so far. But yeah, it looks like going into July, you are going to be prompted with the opportunity to embark on a new path, or there is somebody who's going to rush back from the past, okay, trying to catch you before you embark on your new path. Or it could be both. Somebody could be offering you an opportunity to embark on a new path. At the same time, you have somebody coming from the past trying to keep you on an old one. But I don't really see heavy contemplation in anything, only for the simple fact that I think Aries already knows where they want to go. And I know one thing about Aries is when they do decide that, I said Aries, and there's your card underneath the 7 with another 2. So yeah, maybe you will have some indecision. Sorry, I spoke too soon. Before you start new, you do have a decision. So that's where this emotional conflict is coming from. It's that cliche, oh, when I finally was ready to walk away, they came back. Like, it almost looks like that's happening. Or maybe they never really left, but it's like now that you're being less codependent, now that you've kind of changed the dynamic of how you deal with the relationship or relationships, it's like they feel you energetically or physically pulling away, and they're trying to stop that. Yeah, this max looks totally different. I do see 2, like this could be, for an example, this could be an employer coming to Aries saying, hey, I have an opportunity for you to work over here or do something, and it would cause you to really like have to change it, maybe move or, change, wards or whatever the case is. And it's like, and this is a great opportunity, but it's like this connection, it's like the timing of it. And then it's almost like this person, in a sense, feels like you'll be left behind. So you really got to evaluate, are they really happy for you? Or are they being like, what's the deal with that? But if you look at the mask, they are 2 different people. Like, it doesn't feel the same. Like, these 2 feel the same. Like the same people. Same person who hurt you is the same person rushing back with some kind of offer. Communication, truth, truth about what they did or why, right? Or, see, this soulmate, it's funny, I assumed that the 6 of Cups was related to this person just because of how the cards chronologically came out, and maybe it is. Okay, soulmate connections can hurt you really bad, but it's how you come out of them that determines the depths of that connection. And how long they're worth keeping. Are they worth the trouble? Right? But there is a chance that this soulmate connection is on a new path. And it doesn't matter what anything from the past has to say. Aries is really determined about this brand spanking new beginning. I'm getting the energy that Aries has had enough. The readings I've done for the collective I've been reading for, at least, has been going through a tough time of purging, a lot of conflict, internal and external, and it's like this transformation, even just looking inside, is really hard because of the inner conflict there. But it's like Aries has gotten to a point where it's like enough is enough. I'm hearing enough is enough. Yeah, I'm seeing like, and it's funny because when Aries gets in that mood, it's like it really is a brand new beginning. Like, people around you may be a little bit shocked at how quickly your life changes. Some people around you might actually feel really hurt by how detached you are from your old life, per se. You know, there's something that Aries is doing. They're taking a leap of faith into something new. Maybe leaving a soulmate connection behind only for the simple fact that there's been too much damage done. And if that's the case, then maybe expect them to rush back and try to, hold you back or keep you back or convince you, and you'll still have to decide again, are they going to come on the new opportunity or not? Because this new opportunity, this new beginning is happening for Aries regardless. You're just going to have to decide who you want to come with, right? And it looks like somebody that you had a connection with who wasn't so nice to you, who now may have gone into hermit mode and be more emotionally available. Because that's also the Queen as well. If you are dealing with a Cancer or a sign, or well, we have everything here at this point. Rushing in to try to be a part of that new beginning, or to be a part of it straight up, because it's already happening for you. And I'm getting the sense that what makes this person rush back is the realization that this brand new beginning is happening for you. Okay, I think they understand that what it is you're waiting for here is, in fact, this opportunity. You're waiting to do this, to start new. I don't know if this is making any sense, guys, but it looks like someone's trying to not let you go. And it looks like somebody who maybe wasn't the greatest or hurt you, And then the irony is they now want to rush back saying, hey, sorry. Give you information. Maybe some of them will send you email or, something like that, trying to explain the facts. Or maybe what they say to you, they had to write down first. Either way, it looks like someone's coming back in. I'm sorry. Actually, I can't say sorry yet because I don't see any pages. But I'm just assuming that this communication with the rose in it is, maybe there isn't an apology, but the truth itself is going to say enough. The confession. Some of my Aries are getting a confession. And I don't even know if it will matter, because I think you already knew what was up. Some it's apology, some it's a confession, some it's both. Some of you don't know what they did. Because like I said, with this bird, he's blinded. Highly intuitive bird as well. So maybe it was instinctual. For some of my Aries, it is that you're with somebody and your instincts are telling you that this is happening. And you might start pulling back your energy from your partner. And some of my Aries are going to tell their partner that you're leaving, and they this is like the fastest moving night. It's like, wait, da 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 da. It's like yeah. Why? Because it was like you didn't even need to call out this behavior. You simply just pulling back and making new plans that don't concern this person who you believe is doing this to you was enough to wake them up. So this person there is definitely a connection if they can intuitively feel that without you saying anything or doing anything drastic. It just looks like you took some time to yourself and did some introspection. And it's like with these people in the crowd, it's like there's people watching you. So it's like they see you doing this. They want to know what it is. It's like this person feels you pulling back your energy, and now they want to know what it is that you know or focusing on, or what kind of like what's happening. Right? So there's people watching your dark night of the soul, or curious about the change that's happening and all the new wealth of knowledge you'll have, and if that knowledge that you go in there and gain will have any information about this behavior. So before you figure it out, I think there's somebody who wants to maybe control the outcome of the conclusion that you come to. So they might rush in because they know that you're starting to figure it out, and they want to control, like I said, how you're interpreting their behavior. Some of you are becoming just less emotionally available to them, and it's pulling them back. For some of my Aries, you are making a decision to go ahead with someone else. Period. You have two options, and you pick someone else, and that person is going to try to continue to pursue you. But for others, like I said, I see somebody who did this is you, Aries, so did this to you. Kind of was just like somebody you had a connection with. Or this could have happened just a really, really long time ago. And somebody else, comes about your path and starts kind of deterring you onto a new path, and they totally run in, trying to intercept that. So be careful about that. If the universe is presenting you with a new path, and then somebody is coming in, either trying to get on that new path with you or convince you to stay on the path that you're on. Yeah, some of you, it's not even a choice between two people. It's a choice between two paths. And it looks like some of my Aries has somebody trying to convince them to stay on the path that they're on. And you're confused because intuitively you want a brand new beginning. And now you're stuck between these two new paths, right? Because this is like, let's say these are these two people. So like I said, it could be two people or it's two paths. And this person who hurt you that's coming in trying to keep you on the path that you're on, they have a good fight. But it looks like for my Aries, the confusion is that your intuition is telling you that the new path, which is the last card in your 9-card spread, is this new opportunity, like this leap of faith that you've been instinctually wanting to take. And then boom, what do I see here, Aries? The 4 of Wands and the King of Pentacles. This is that new beginning. If you wanted a king, a more mature, higher vibe person, because regardless of what this person comes and says, they're a knight to your queen. Male or female, they're a knight to your queen. The new path has a king. And that king isn't just representative of, a partner. It's also representative of the material abundance you'll gain. The universe is always trying to lead you to more abundance, period. That's just the way it's designed. So that's probably going to be the decision you'll have to make, is to stay on the old path, which looks like somebody's going to try to convince you to do, or go on a new path. Now, this king might already be present in the new path, and you, like I said, have a decision between two people. Or this could be completely intuitive, because as you can see, the king almost looks like, for some of my Aries, wow, be careful. I have a message for some of my Aries. Be careful of this person coming back. The same one who shamed you. For a very small percentage of you, it is this king, but that's a huge fucking difference. You'll know. Okay, they'll almost be like a different person. But they're coming back to you, still not as mature, and yeah, under the deck, the underlying energy is that what you're being drawn to, and what's causing confusion is that this person is probably trying to keep you on an old path, and the new path is trying to tell you that this is on it. Material abundance, more stability, more stable people, because like-minded people come together. So the more abundant you become, the more abundant the people around you, the more abundant friend. Like it does work like that. And abundance, not always money. You could have more material abundance, and somebody can have more, spiritual, emotional abundance, mental abundance, intelligence, and them equal out just as well. Either way, guys, it looks like the new path is lit. Like there's a party, there's high vibe people, and it looks a lot lighter. Like the colorings of the card on the new path look a lot lighter, which is ultimately what I think Aries is looking at. They're looking for light, because there's been a bit of doom and gloom the past couple of months, especially in this dissension. Like the Hermit goes in pitch black. The only light that he relies upon is his own. Aries realized the only light in their life that they could rely upon at a certain time was their own, and it forced them to increase their light, make it brighter, make it stronger, which is your knowledge, which is ultimately your power. So it's like, the way I'm looking at Aries is like, be mindful, because if you've got, if you manifested a new path for you, it looks like you're hella equipped to embark on it. This path is going to set you in your true essence with the Fool. Those leadership qualities. You know what I mean? That bravery, that excitement. You know what I mean? That sureness in the universe. I feel like the Fool is definitely not... I don't feel like the Fool's a fool unless it's in reverse. I feel like otherwise he's cocky. Because this person's the leader of the zodiac, they know a lot about how the world works in the universe. So when they take a leap off of here, there's faith. Because this person, Aries, would not have taken a leap if they were not divinely guided to. So that's where the lack of fear is. Okay. Learning some new skills, coming out of the dark night of the soul with new understanding about yourself, and how available you are to the people that you connect with emotionally, not setting yourself up to be disappointed or hurt, being more emotionally mature. And it's funny, a lot of this, I feel like this prompted that, ironically enough. And it's funny, the same person who hurt you, okay, that pain they caused you to mature and literally out-mature them. Told you they're a knight to your queen, whether male or female. And the new path has a bunch of shit, but it definitely has the King of Pentacles on it. So be mindful, because it's easy if both of these people are present in your life. Well, then the decision is being made before your eyes, right? But if only one person is present in your life and the other one isn't, you're gonna have to make it. That's a bigger leap on faith. that makes this this leap of faith a lot more now, doesn't it? You've really got to believe that that counterpart is there. Or do you believe that whatever they tell you on that paper is enough, is enough for you? Because for some of you, this is okay. Some people like this dynamic because of control. Some people like to be matched. Okay. Depends. No judgment. All right. Oh my gosh. Just take an Advil. Okay. Let's get into clarification. Sorry, guys. This message is specific. It's 40 minutes. I can't believe all this time has gone by. Okay. I love this Venetian deck. Love it, love it, love it. It's so adorable. So pretty. Oh, sorry guys, my neck and my neck and my back. Sorry about that. Is in a lot of pain. It's the fucking weather. All right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels for this beautiful reading for my beautiful Aries. Can you please clarify this spread? The Six of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. A lot of cups. The Knight of Swords. The same knight that's at the bottom, that's rushing in right before you get on, your boat and your new path and your new whatever, okay? Because remember, the Three of Wands is here, and then we've got the Four of Wands under here on the new path, okay? That's deep. I could sit and talk about that for a while. But the Knight of Swords came out again to clarify the first row, which is this person not dedicated, not working towards the connection, right? Flew out, probably just as quick as they flew in. But that's what this energy does. It flies in, it flies out, it flies in and flies out, right? Not saying all air signs are like that, because if this was upright, this sign would be flying in to be dedicated and grounded and build something, right? But they're not, or they weren't, right? Huh. That's funny. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, and then can we get clarification for the Seven of Swords, the Hermit, and the Three of Wands? Some of you decided to back away from a really strong connection that, that you had with somebody because they were dealing with other people. Maybe you were forced to because they picked somebody else and you felt cheated. Wow. Yeah, some of my Aries had been waiting for this person to come back, unfinished business with a partnership. It's these same people, right? And it's like Aries was waiting for some unfinished business to come in, to be handled, because you're thinking, well, fuck, you're supposed to be this in this energy. Will you come in, come out? Well, won't you come back in and do this unfinished business and make right by how you made me feel? Because the last time we saw each other, I was walking away like this, crying and whatever, right? And then you waited. And while you were waiting, I think the wait alone might have put you in like a depression that you then converted into time to understand and better understand the pathology that, led you here, or, it's just more self-reflective, taking ownership of, or trying to take as much control over your experience and why this has happened. And maybe it's happened multiple times and Aries got to a point where it's like, I can't handle this shit anymore. And then really looking inwards and maybe understanding how you get to that place, you know? And not that it's a blame thing. It's just we don't take enough accountability over our experience. And that's because we come from a society who wants to own the creative rights to our experience. So they make us codependent so that we don't want to own our experience, okay? It looks like Aries looks within themselves and realizes that, no, I want to own the fuck out of my experience. As I say Aries, I can see the Knight of Wands. So that's the Knight to the Knight. So it's like with the Wheel of Fortune upright. It's funny, it's this unfinished business that you are waiting to be completed. And this connection can't be denied. So I do feel that heart chakra pain there. I do feel that for some of my Aries, the pain was very overwhelming, okay? However, you separated from this connection and then decided, when you went into hermit mode, you really fell into your energy. That's where the wand, the Three of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Sagittarius fire energy as well. It's like you come into yours and decide that this unfinished business is actually a karmic cycle that I'm ready to wrap the fuck up. Beautiful work, Aries. I absolutely love that. It's taking accountability over your experience, okay? Because if this kind of shit happens all the time, unless all these people knew each other and plotted and said, we're going to deal with Aries the exact same way, then it's most likely your energy that orchestrates this pathology over and over in your life. You go into hermit mode, address this dirty behavior head on, understand why people do this, okay, and not be a victim and be your own psychologist and, you know, understand why people do the things they do, why you do the things you do too. And then that clicks in hermit mode and you totally move forward. And we know what happens, like when the ram decides it wants to move forward, everybody better back the fuck out of the way. Okay, and then this Queen of Cups, Knight of Swords, Two of Wands. Complication for 3, Seven of Wands in reverse. This Knight of Wands might get you. And when I say that, meaning you might put your guard down towards this Knight of Wands just out of the simple fact that the connection was what it was. Even before all the bullshit, it didn't change the fact that the feelings that you experienced were this. And I understand that, and people get really fucked up because they'll try to separate the head and the heart. It's okay for them to sit together and you can say, I love somebody who did this to me. And that I waited for this person to come and make right by me. And that even though I know I deserve better and I've envisioned better, when they do come back, my guard does go down. And I do want to love them again. Okay? You have to admit how you feel in order to actually make changes to do, vibrate, feel, or think any different. You have to acknowledge how it is you think and feel if you want to change them. We got the King of Pentacles again. Listen, there is a chance you will know if this person is this, okay? But I personally think that they would have come in as the King of Pentacles right here on the spread instead of as the under overall part of the overall energy. You know, you need to match that. Like you need to your what it is that you want in a partner. That's why they tell you to list it and write down the list and stuff like that, because you have to be cognizant of what it is that you are manifesting, what it is that you want. It also helps you to understand what it is that you need to offer in a relationship, because everything you put on that list you should have to offer and you should be working on in yourself too. Okay, but it does look like your guard comes down. Maybe it is because the change is so significant in the soulmate connection from the past that you have no choice but to look at it and really consider whether or not you are going to bring them along, embark with, change the plan of the new, the fresh new beginning to include them, right? Maybe. I don't know. This is collective, guys. This could be the facts. Because don't, like, I refuse to believe that just because somebody does this, they can't do better. Listen, I've never cheated on somebody, but I've done enough bad things, like, you know, fucked up things that, you know, aren't reflections of who I am now. I've grown, I've changed, I've evolved, and I would hope just as much as I would hope to be received that way from people who have been exposed to older, more broken, less awakened versions of me, right? So you have to be open to this evolution, awakening, ascension process that's happening to you. You have to give the benefit of the doubt that this plays out for other people too. Divine masculine, divine feminine, period. This is an ascension process. Everyone's going through it. And the less critical you are of how other people ascend, the more easy you will be on yourself, and the less the devil will be allowed to beat yourself up when you're going through yours. Anyway, I want you guys to love yourselves and not be so hard on yourselves. And I know this hurt. Like, it's bullshit. I'm not saying it's okay. But I want you to, like, if this person really did evolve, you should be able to see it. But it looks like your guard goes down. Let's see why more. This Knight of Swords. Clarify this Knight of Swords. Too many cards. But just the simple fact that all those cards came out, this Knight has a whole ton of shit to say to Aries. Somebody's got a ton of shit to say. Let's see though. The Fool and the Page. It's a big risk. So listen, guys, this can play out in many ways. It all depends on this energy, how it comes back to you. You've got to use your own discernment. But for there's a group of Aries that this person, the reason why it's such a big risk for Aries, because you're showing up in the Queen of Cups energy to me, whether male or female. Why? Because you're emotionally available. You're a bit more emotionally balanced and matured because of what you've been through, what you've learned in the past couple of months in the purging. So it's like, this is a super big risk if this person comes back talking a really good fucking game. All right, because then it's like, okay, your guards start slipping, and it's a really big risk because you are confused at whether or not this new beginning includes them or not. You've got two new beginnings. A new leap of faith that you can take, a new beginning, and a leap of faith you can take into an old relationship. And the only way I would even suggest you consider it, because there is a big fucking difference between the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. That means their energy would have done like they should almost look like they're in shell shock. Like this, if this person comes back, and mind you, it depends, because this could have been a long time ago. If it was a long time ago, they shouldn't be as shocked. But if this was a short period of time, this King of Pentacles should be a little like PTSD by how quickly they had to ascend to come back and actually get you to consider taking a leap of faith towards them again, especially after all the work you did and better understanding over yourself and your experiences and your past that you got alone. And it just so happened that part of those memories was this person. Maybe it's like they felt you, they could hear you or feel you thinking or talking about them, and they come back. You know, you guys will have to decide. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to decide. Oh my God, look at the time. I'm gonna quote from the romance, just because this is clearly a romance reading. Some of the readings I pull from the Shaman Oracles. Not that I couldn't for yours, but this is clearly, you know, I do general readings, guys. For those that are new, you probably think, oh, she always does love readings. No, I do general, but whatever comes out, comes out. Aries is their bullies, so their energy is very, like, dominating. So if they want to talk about love, that's what we're going to be talking about. So I guess that's what Aries wanted to talk about for June. Love yourself first and retreat. That's this. So some of you, because regardless of how much you love this person or how strong this soulmate connection was, you were forced to have to love yourself first and retreat into hermit mode. Because ultimately this person shamed you. in some form or fashion, or stole from you, or disrespected you somehow, and that action alone forced you to love yourself, maybe in a way you never did before. Maybe you exposed yourself for this behavior and would have reacted differently or behaved differently before, but now you totally retreated to love yourself first, not to be spiteful, not to be, because like I said, you can pull yourself back energetically, or in the 3D, no problem, you can cut somebody off, but in the 5D, be hella up in their space. No, you really loved yourself first and reclused in. And then it's so funny, as you went in to focus on yourself, look, everybody's energy pulls back to you. Why? Because you were always meant to lead. So do that. You see what happens when Aries leads? Oh, everybody decides to, yeah, because you're taking your place, even though this is Virgo energy, okay? All right. Release your ex. For some of you, this Knight of Swords is absolutely not the King of Pentacles that Spirit has been trying to prompt you. This counterpart that you're looking to build with, that stable, who actually has the abundance necessary to build a new foundation with this Four of Wands, and that's ultimately with the Three of Wands in your spread what you've been waiting for. For some of you, it absolutely is that person. Okay, this person is, once you take this leap of faith to detach from the past, because this leap of faith, this leap might be releasing this. And it's such a leap of faith. Why? Because there was a genuine connection. But guys, like I said, you have multiple soulmates. Love can be had with anybody, but it's like you can destroy it. Not that it can't be rebuilt. It can always be rebuilt, but both people have to be willing to do it for that to happen, right? So be mindful, of how you treat the people around you, how you love on people, how you connect with people, right? And yeah, guys, like I said, for some of you, this person's going to come back as you're pulling back your energy, and you'll know energetically that you have to release them. You might have affections and feelings, but your intuition's just telling you they are not mature enough, and that they're actually going to blow this for you. Now, for some of you though, okay, it's not like this person does come back as the King of Pentacles, and what you have to do is release the past, and your expectations, meaning those deluded ones that make you think this person will always hurt you, even though everything that they're showing you tangibly is that they have changed and grown. Because if the proof is in the pudding, guys, all the massive change that has occurred in your life, you can show tangibly. Then there's the change you want to occur that actually hasn't happened, that you can't actually show anybody, right? This kind of change, you can see tangibly. You'll know it's real. Otherwise, it's probably got to be released if you've been actively manifesting this level of stability. Extend your lighthearted energy. I mean, I think you're about to, because you're coming out of the hermit mode and being drawn out by your own energy, which is new beginnings, excitement, that newness feeling that a lot of people don't like and get really scared and anxious about. Aries craves, you know what I mean? On the first day of school when everybody's nervous, Aries is walking around, knows everybody, half the school's name already, has already gone to lunch with a couple groups of people, you know what I mean? And very soon, this person is going to come back very soon. And why? It's because your opportunity, new beginning, the completion of these cycles are coming soon. Very soon. Right? That's always how that shit works. And then lastly, let your friends help you and trust. I don't even know. I can't interpret that because I've got to pee and I need to stop this before an hour. So I love you, Aries gang. Let me know what you think about this reading. It was a little bit specific, but let me know your thoughts, guys. And I will come with a mid-month for air and fire. All right? Mwah, mwah, mwah. Until the next time I see you, continue to let your inner angels live. Bye.